Hey guys, welcome to this video. I have a cold, so my voice is a little bit more cracked than usual, but yeah. Okay, today we're gonna cover the topic of isolation and trust. Um, Speaking for myself, I told some people about stuff that was very emotional to me, very important, and it was like heavy stuff to me. And um, people just went ahead and told it to my parents. Meanwhile, I explicitly told them to not tell them. But they still did, and that really broke my trust. And then I tried it another time, and the same happened. And another time, and the same happened. So my trust is really broken. And right now, I'm still minor, and I uh, I do not longer live with my parents because of the situation at home, and I live with other people now. And I struggle a lot with trusting them because I'm so scared of, like, oh, you're just gonna betray my trust again. You're just gonna, you know, you're just gonna spread the information or whatever, or use it against me, or anything like that. That could happen. So my brain is just like, oh no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna trust them. We're just not gonna do that because I just want to be safe, of course. I want to feel safe, and I'd rather not trust anybody than to be betrayed again. But the other side of it is that with not trusting them, there are certain things that go on in my mind, and if I don't talk about it with them, I sometimes get locked up in them. And that's really not what you want to create, because then you become isolated. You're only gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna trust on myself, and like, I'm the only person that I can trust because I know what's going on inside my head. Why would they give me a love? Why would they? Like, there's not a logic behind that in my head. Like, why would you give me something like that? Why? Like, there must be some reason behind that. But they tell me it's not, but I can't believe it. And like, trusting is important because it cleans up your own mind when you're struggling with something you need to get out of your head. And people that I live with now, one of them is Stern, but I love her really much and she loves me really much. But because she is stern, my head automatically connects that with anger. Mine's like, oh, she's angry at me. Oh, and that then all, like, the trauma comes back, like, oh, she's gonna hit me. And that fear comes in my mind, like, oh, wait, no, wait. And then I become scared. And I just want to be like a bunny that goes back into its hole. I just want to be safe in my own little thing, because if I stay in my own little thing, I can't get hurt. But also, that's not true, because I'm literally hurting myself. You never know what hurts more. Hurting yourself in that way automatically, it's not something you choose, but it is something that happens automatically. So like there is a form of choice, but it also happens automatically, you know what I mean? So like you really need to think about it. And there is an uncertainty because you do not know what's gonna hurt you more. You do not know that if you tell whoever it is you want to trust, let's just get an example. You spilled some nail polish on their floor, you know? You never know what's gonna happen. You never know if it's gonna be like, oh, doesn't matter, it's fine. You know, you never know what the answer is gonna be. It can also be like, oh, what the hell? What are you doing? And like really angry, really, really mad. You never know. You never know. But the thing is, you were honest. You were the person that you wanted to be. You know, because you want to be an honest person, so you told them, I spilled nail polish. You didn't do it on purpose. You did it on accident. And you were honest about it. And that's a good thing. You know? So, in a way, it doesn't really matter what they say. Because you did what was right. Yeah? And if you have something on your mind, for an example, you have the urge to, I don't know, eat chocolate every day, and it's really struggling because you're on a diet, but you really, really, really have the urge to eat chocolate every day. You never know how they're gonna react. Like, this is just an example. You never know. Even with questions like that, you don't know. You know? You never know. But it's actually the same if there's something on your mind that's like really heavy loaded to you, then just like the nail polish, you know? It doesn't really matter. It's the same. But in your head, it's more heavy loaded. So there is a difference between each topic, of course, because of the load it brings with it, the emotional value. But you did what was right, and you got it off of your mind, you know? It's off of your mind. So no matter what they say, it's off of your mind. So you're actually caring for yourself if you do that, you know? If you tell them what's on your mind, it's actually caring for yourself. But here's the thing. Okay, you tell them and you observe their reaction. And if it's a reaction that's like they are really angry at you, they are calling you stupid, they maybe hit you, they maybe slap you, whatever, then what you should do is you should find somebody else. But until they haven't betrayed you, you can trust them. You know? That's trust. Until they haven't betrayed you, you can trust them. That's just the logic. But as soon as they betray you in such a heavy emotional way, you need to stop doing that with that person, you know? because you should always be able to say your thoughts and to out your mind. And if people don't create a safe space for you to do that, then you should find somebody else. But until, you should trust them, because otherwise you're gonna become isolated, and you don't even know if they are trustworthy or not, because you're not willing to take a risk. And of course, that's normal, because like I said, I know what I'm talking about. I've had it too, and still do. I'm still trying to overcome it, but it's hard because there's already a fear inside of me to just tell them, because I don't know, like I'm just scared, you know. I'm scared that I'm not gonna be good enough. I'm scared I'm gonna be perceived as weird. I'm scared I'm gonna, you know, fall out of what they like. I'm also scared of all these things. But it's really just your mind that lies to you, that you can't trust people when you haven't even tested them. Because in order to know, you need to test them, you know? Are they trustworthy? So, I shouldn't start with, you know, big things to tell them. Start with small things. You know, tell them a small thing. What do they do with it? Tell them another small thing. What do they do with it? Continue that process until you are ready to get a bit more into your thoughts. Okay, tell them that. Okay, what do they do with it? You know, and add a bit more emotional value each time. And that's when you know that they're trustworthy. You know, you need to give it time and let it build up. It's not magic. You know? Give yourself time. But you're really gonna become isolated. Meanwhile, it might not be needed. You might set yourself in a prison that is not needed. You know, you are a beautiful human being, and maybe there are people around you that do want to help you and don't want to hurt you. They just want to give you love. Why? I don't know. But why do people want to hurt you? I don't know. You know, but it can seem more likely that they're wanting to do negative things than positive things. They might not want your wealth. You know, they might not want your money, not your stuff, not anything from you. Just being with you, just being in your energy, just feeling your love. But for some reason, that can sound unlikely in our minds. But it exists. So you don't have to trust people fully at once, because that's also not good. Because if you fully just tell them your whole story like in one go, meanwhile you don't really know them, then you don't know if they're trustworthy, and they have your whole story at once. That's why you should, like I said, a small thing, and then each time a bigger thing, you know, so you can know if they're trustworthy, because they can always break your trust, always, but until they haven't done that, they're trustworthy. And I know it's a scary thought, but you're gonna become isolated. Meanwhile, it's not needed. So please trust people.